Rand Water and the municipalities of Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg and Tshwane have held a briefing on progress on the major water infrastructure maintenance project that's currently underway. Nqobile Madlala joins us now with the details. Nqobile, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We heard that quite an extensive media update that was given by Rand Water this morning. If you could just give us some of the key highlights as well.
Very extensive indeed, Masa. In fact, Rand Water just explaining to us that this maintenance is something that they have planned for quite some time, going on to say that even as far as 2009 is when they started planning this maintenance, saying that they have to do these maintenance over time. It's in 20 years period to ensure that they're able to augment, refurbish and able to repair some of these pipes if there's any issues along those lines, but also looking into the fact that there are some that they've worked on and they've thought about if they can actually reuse them instead of ending that life in terms of infrastructure. But also a highlight to say that this maintenance comes this time during winter. It's very important because that's when people use less water. But talking about less water, we know that the city of Johannesburg is one of the municipalities that we're here. We're also listening in and also responding. But they've just finished their maintenance, and we understand that Ekurhuleni is one of the areas that were affected in terms of that maintenance, affecting directly a greater Johannesburg, Randburg and some other areas. I want to bring in the city of Johannesburg now to speak to us about that. Gogo, I mean, I understand at this point that you're saying that Ekurhuleni has recovered, but there are some areas that still don't have water, especially in the parts, the north parts like Randburg and Sandton areas. Could you explain to us why?
Thank you so much. Ekurhuleni is actually in the recovery process. Most of the system have been recovered, but if you're looking at the areas that are still affected, we were utilizing the weekend actually to start augmenting and supplying most of the areas. But Randburg will always recover last. At this stage, we currently have most of the systems in Randburg, your Linden 1, Linden 2, including Blaugari, have already been recovered. But however, in the process of recovery, there's airlocks in the system and other technical matters that needs to be attended to get the water to the resident. So we are anticipating that in the afternoon or during the course of the day, most residents will start receiving water. The areas that are still affected, in particular in Randburg right now, are actually your Waterfall and your Kwalerina Towers, which are still in the process of recovery. There's intermittent supply, but we are looking into that. We also have teams that are attending to the situations of airlocks to ensure that we provide the relief, necessary relief to the customers.
And of course, you said as you work on that, there are other problems that come on the side, and I understand it has to do with infrastructure. Take us through that.
Yes, for this particular maintenance that we've undertaken, we can look at the first part, which was a quick part of the program, like your Dale side. It supplies few of our pump station and reservoir, which is Orange Farm, including Ennedale and the Dale side. It was one day and it's already recovered, but we already have operational challenges there, which include high demand. The infrastructure is constrained, but we also have challenges like your tampering with the infrastructure, your illegal connections, which increase the demand generally. But we have to ensure that we've got daily interventions there, which we've deployed them, like closing at night, so that we ensure that we do not have unintended water losses during the day. But if you look at Lenasia as well, it recovered quicker, but it also have similar challenges compared. Lenasia is supplied from Ekurhuleni, but it's got similar challenges that we find from the Dale side. So the infrastructure of the city, we know there's underfunding as far as the rehabilitations and the other program, but we do as much as we can to ensure that the systems are taken care. There's maintenance, there's rehabilitation, and there's renewal that is ongoing to ensure that we reduce the non-revenue that is currently hurting the city.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is, of course, Joburg Water speaking to us. But I just want to take a quick one from Rand Water. If you can perhaps explain to us, CE, when will this infrastructure maintenance start with regards to the city of Tshwane, and how long is it going to take for those that are worried at this point with Ekurhuleni and city of Tshwane?
Yes, I think, as you know now, we are on the 7th day of the maintenance program. We still have about 30 days to go. The different cities and different parts of cities will be affected differently. Some will have no water, certain areas may not have water, some will experience no pressure. If we look at the system from the bulk point of view, it's intertwined and interrelated. So the city of Tshwane, as we start this week, will start having no pressure in some of the areas to no water at all. We hope before the turn of the week that will be done. And then we'll be moving swiftly in other parts of the systems, and again, some of them in Joburg, and of course in Tshwane are going to be affected. So at bulk level, it's very difficult to pinpoint an area. I just wanted to encourage all your viewers to keep their eyes on all the communications platforms by their own municipalities, because it will give precisely what is going to happen, which suburb, which neighborhood is going to be affected, and when are they likely to recover.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. An update there, Masa, from Rand Water as well as Joburg Water. I think what's coming out of it and what is very important for the residents is also to understand that these maintenance are crucial to ensure that they do have water, but also at the same time, not everybody recovers at the same time. And that's what Joburg Water has highlighted to us. But they're saying by the end of day today, potentially a lot of people will have water back. And you can already imagine how difficult it has been without for those communities.